Hey guys, welcome to the video. Salt here. Today we're going to be going over the best farms for relics. Now, just a little bit of a disclaimer about me is I'm an LR4 with over 5,000 hours in the game, and my goal is to provide builds and guides for players to have an easier time in Warframe. Now, most endgame players will probably know all this information already, and probably even most mid-game players. So this video is going to be mostly catered towards new players and maybe some of those mid-game players that don't have all of the information yet. Alright, so let's get started here. We'll start with our top commenter of the last video, which was Rectro was here, and our first commenter of the last video, which was Arrow9638. So relics are going to be where you get your primed parts for warframes, for weapons, things like that. It's actually quite easy to, well, I shouldn't say easy. I guess that's a little bit relative to how much free time you have to actually play Warframe. But it's not that bad to actually get endgame stuff in this game. Prime, Warframes, prime weapons. You just have to get it through cracking relics. And there's a little bit of RNG to it, but if you do the proper methods to farm these relics, you can get them quite quick. Okay, so relics are going to come in a few different variations. You're going to have your Lith Relics, your Meso Relics, your Neo Relics, and your Axii Relics. You also have a weird one at the end here. When you're a new player, you're probably not going to worry too much about these, the Requiem Relics. You're just going to be focusing on the first four here. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to pull up the spreadsheet that just tells you all the information right from the get-go, and then from there I'm going to do the farms myself and show how quickly you can get these things. Okay, so we'll go into the first slide here. Alright, these are going to be the top relic farms in the game. So Hepit in the Void is going to be the best farm for Lith Relics. On average, it's going to take you 1 minute and 30 seconds to finish this mission. And if you really want to min-max this, you bring like a speed frame. I really like doing this with Titania, but I'm sure like a Vault or a Gauss could do it really quick too. With a speed frame, you can do it in under 45 seconds. And at that point, you're actually spending more time going through the loading screens than you are in the game. All right, the next one is Void Ucko. So they're both in the Void. The Lith was in Hepit Void, and Neo and Meso relics are going to be an Ucko Void. So Ucko, you're actually going to farm both Neo and Mesos. You're going to have it's about a 50% chance for each one. I probably should have looked up the exact drop rates, but it feels like it's about a 50% chance for each one. But this is similar to Hepit, where it's 1.5 minutes average time, and if you're willing to go in there with a speed frame, you can do it in under 45 seconds. All right, and your last relic farm is going to be for Axii Relics, and this is going to be on Lua, so the planet Lua, and the mission Apollo. And I put 3 minutes here. It's probably closer to like 3 or 4 minutes on average for like a regular dude, like with a regular Warframe. But it could be a lot faster if you're willing to like use a sweaty Warframe yourself, like, or like really go like sweaty mode. Or if you're bringing a group of people so you could like work on different towers at once. Because this is a disruption mission. So Hepit was a capture, Ucko was a capture, that's why they're so quick. Apollo is a disruption mission. So that's why it takes a little bit longer. Alright, so we'll go back to the gameplay here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the Lith first. So I'm going to do Hepit in the Void, and we'll just see how quick we can get a Lith Relic. I'm not going to be doing this on a speed frame. I'm just going to be doing this on a regular old, big fat rhino here. And I should be able to get it done in about 1.5 minutes. So, okay. So of course, you got a Void. And we're going to be doing Hepit for the Liths. But just remember, Ucko is right down here. This is the one we'll do next for the Mesos and Neos. So let's queue up that Hepit. And it's a capture mission. Now, with a capture mission, the only thing you're kind of at the mercy of is sometimes they turn into exterminates, and that does suck. If it turns into an exterminate, it's not a 45-second mission or a minute-and-a-half mission. It becomes a little bit longer than that. So hopefully this does not turn into an exterminate.
We received intel that
all right, just going to run forward.
Operations is here. Find them and capture them.
Press this little pad to open the door. Just basically skip everything. I think I took a wrong turn. That's okay. Come on, Salt. You know better. Alright, we'll capture this bad boy here, and we'll head to extraction, and that'll be our Lith Relic.
Mission complete. The captive has been
Now we just hope and pray it doesn't turn into an exterminate, which it doesn't look like it did, so that's perfect.
We've decided you're bad for business.
Oh my goodness, parent sequence. I'm not fighting you. You can stay back there. The capture target was very far away from where I spawned in. So I don't know if this will be a minute and a half. This might be like 2.5 minutes. But you get the gist. And it could be a lot quicker with the speed frame. Let's see, what was it? Oh no, I guess it was. It was a minute and 14 seconds. Okay. I felt like it was going a bit longer. And we got our Lith Relic right there. That's a P8. It'll give you various Lith Relics. So you're kind of down to RNG. So if you're trying to farm something specific, you're just going to have to kind of suck it up and keep slamming out these capture missions. So like with the P8 here, what can I get? I can get the Phantasma Prime Barrel, the Baruch Prime Chassis, there's a Lex Prime piece in there. So, okay. We're gonna do the same thing now with Mesos and Neos. So we're gonna go right into the Void. We're gonna go to Ukko. So again, that Hepit was the Liths. We're gonna go to Ukko now. And Ukko is going to give us a Meso or a Neo. Not both, a Meso or a Neo. So if you're trying to farm like one specifically, it does kind of suck because you have to, sometimes you'll be getting Neos when you want Mesos, but at least you'll be gaining stock of the other one for when you do need it. All right, same exact thing. It's a capture. You're just going to make a beeline to the capture target. Cross your fingers and toes that it doesn't turn into a exterminate. Oh my goodness, look at that aim, Salt. You shot everywhere except for the target.
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point.
Now we're just going to head to extraction here. I'm only going to do Ukko once. So I'm not going to get like a Meso and a Neo from Ukko, but this is where you would get both of them. They both drop from Ukko. So let's see how fast we did that with a big fat rhino. Minute and 1 second. When I do these on Titania, it's usually about like 35 to 45 seconds. You move a lot quicker on Titania, but you still have to like sit through the whole like capturing the target like you do on Rhino, so that wastes a lot of time. Okay. Oh, so this is another thing too. You have a chance of getting Aya. When they added Aya to the game, this kind of screwed up the Relic Farm because this is on the same drop table with the Mesos and the Neo. So you know what? Well, let's do this again, and we'll hope we won't get Aya. Now, Aya is great because Aya you can actually use to get vaulted relics. So that's another thing I'll show at the very end that I actually forgot. So I'll show how to use Aya to get vaulted relics at the end. So I guess here you did technically get a relic, but you don't actually get a relic. You have to go spend this. You have to spend this on a relic. So let me repeat this. Let me get a Neo and a Meso. And then we'll show off the Aya thing.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
Yeah, they added Aya to some of these drop tables, and it's not a bad thing because they are technically relics. You just spend them. You have to go spend them to get a relic, and you're getting vaulted relics with them.
Mission complete.
All right, we got the captured guy.
Escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
All right, let's hope for a Mesa or a Neo this time, and not another Aya. But I'll show you right after this. I'll show you how to spend those Ayas. I think it's going to be a little bit more than a minute that time. I feel like it's a minute and 20 seconds. Let me see. Oh, no, a minute and 6. Okay. All right. All right. And we got a Meso G7. So this will be the Gauss Prime Systems blueprint for the rare piece. And there's a few other pieces in there that are more common. And, you know, you could just as easily on this mission get a Neo instead. So Neos and Mesos are going to drop from the Ukko mission in the Void. All right, before we go to Axes, let me just show you how to spend that Aya. You could do one of two things. You can actually travel to Maru's Bazaar, or you could just use your little terminal here. So we'll show you how to use the little terminal here. You're going to go to Prime Resurgence. And right now it looks like it's Harrow and Necros that are unvaulted. So let's say I really wanted Necros. I have everything already, but let's say I really wanted Necros, and I got myself an Aya, right? Well, look, these are all the relics that are vaulted that have either Necros or Harrow pieces. So, like, let's say I wanted a Necros Neuroptics. Let me look for... Actually, it's right here. It's the first one. It's Lith K11 would be Necros Neuroptics for the uncommon part. And I could spend that one Aya. So that one Aya I got is kind of like a relic. You just have to come in here and spend it on vaulted parts. So, and all these will be the vaulted dudes. And I believe there's also vaulted weapons in here, too. So let me see here. Like the Lex, the Tigris, the Vasto, the Nell. Yeah. So this is where you'd spend all that stuff. All right. Enough of that. We know how to use Aya now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the Axie farm, which is going to be a little bit more complicated, but I'll try to explain it here. So the Axie farm is a disruption. Let me bring up a spreadsheet. Are you ready, guys? Here we go. Okay. Disruptions, the rewards are based on the rotation that you do. There's A, B, and C rotations. The A rotation on Disruption is going to drop a bunch of different Neo relics. So you're not going to get Axes on A rotation. B rotation is going to drop a bunch of different Axie relics. So you will get an Axie relic on a B rotation. And C rotation will drop a bunch of different Axie relics. So again, you have all the Axie relics on the C rotation, but you also get an 8% chance for a Lua lens, which is for your focus school. And the Lua lens is the very powerful one. I think. No, I think Eidolon is actually stronger than Lua. I think. I think it is. But anyway, so you have 8% chance to get a Lua lens on that C rotation as well. So if we look at this little chart here, this will show us what the rotation actually means. Like, what the hell is a rotation? Well, on round 1 of Disruption, if you save all 4 towers, you will be getting the reward for the B rotation pool, which would be an Axie relic. But if you let one of your towers die and you only defend 3 towers, you're going to get that A rotation reward. So for Disruption, you really do want to just be saving all your towers. I know there's people out there that are like, oh, you can let towers die and this and that. It's actually quicker to save the towers. Just, you know, don't waste time waiting for the dude to like lollygag up to your tower and blow himself up. Actually go and kill him. It takes like half a second. And then you're going to be at that higher rotation reward. So even as quick as round 1, you can be getting Axie relics. You just have to make sure you're saving all 4 towers. Round 2, you have to save at least 3 towers. Round 3, at least 2 towers. And round 4 is always going to be an Axie relic. Because you're in the B, B, C, and C rotation rewards for round 4 and above. Okay, so let's show Disruption off, because Disruption is a confusing one for new players. Shit, I was in this game for a year before I fully understood Disruption. I still get confused by it. So this is going to be Apollo on Lua. All right, so this is not in the Void. So we're going to go to Lua, And right here, Apollo. And you see it says disruption. So we're going to click that there. All right, so there's going to be 4 towers. And we have to put the keys in the towers, and then the enemies will spawn like a demolist unit, which is going to try to like run and like blow himself on the tower. And you don't want that to happen, of course. All right, so we'll start it here. Now, all the towers are going to be up already, but we need to actually get the keys to drop. So we just need to kill some enemies, and it's typically the larger enemies that are going to have the better chance to drop those keys. So, just clear out the trash. I had a little lag spike there. Clear out the trash, and then eventually some bigger dudes will start spawning. Maybe some Eximuses, or there we go. That dude dropped one. So this is the orange key. And the orange key goes in the orange hole. There we go. And so now the demo unit's going to come, and we're just going to kind of... You can either wait here, or you can look around. So there we go. See that little red marker? So we know where he is now. If I shut my mouth, you can actually hear him. Do you hear that little alarm? So he's got those little charges on his side. He's going to try to go all... suicide bomber on us there. So yeah, we've defended 1 tower. 1 tower is done. So let's try to get another one to drop here. Where are them big enemies at? There we go. That's one right there. Okay, we got the triangle key. The triangle key goes in the triangle hole. So we bring the triangle key to the triangle hole. And it looks like we got our little red mark for where the demolist is. So, where is he? Like, up above? I think he's, like, up this way. Alright. Got that guy done. So now we only have 2 more towers left. Well, I think I saw some big dudes there. No, none of these guys. There's a special enemy that drops... drops it. I don't know what they're called exactly. There we go. That guy dropped it. He was a big enough dude. All right, so the square key goes in the square hole. And there he is, down this hallway. They actually just added this marker to the game not too long ago. You used to have to listen for it, and I hated that because I like to listen to music sometimes when I play. And anytime I did a disruption, I couldn't listen to music because I had to like listen for their alarm. But now they added the little red marker, and I love it because I can actually zone out and listen to music. Here we go. We got a diamond key. Of course, the diamond key goes in the diamond hole. I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going a little bit slower to explain this, so it's probably not going to be 3 minutes for a rotation, but that's okay. So we got the red marker right there. Somewhere behind this wall. Probably have to go through the door. I mean, I wish I could just go through walls. There we go. And that's a rotation. There's the Axie Relic. I got an Axie Relic because even on round 1 you can get Axies as long as you don't let any towers go down. And what am I at here? 4 minutes. Okay, so 4 minutes I finished a full rotation of this. So let's head to Extraction here. We'll bring our little Axie Relic back. We'll see what type of Axie Relic it was. And this will go quicker, so this can go quicker if you're with a group as well. Because, of course, like your group mates can be putting the keys in the towers and then looking for that demolist. So you don't have to like work one at a time. You can kind of separate. So we got the Axie A17, which is the A Furious Prime Receiver. Orthos, we've got some Wisp parts in there. So yeah, that's disruption. It seems complicated, but once you understand it, let me bring up that slide one more time. Once you understand like the conduits defended and what round it is and whatnot, it's not too difficult. And honestly, to make it even easier, just defend everything. If you defend all 4 towers, you're always going to be getting axes. So unless you get the Lua lens on the C rotation one, which isn't bad either, because a Lua lens is a really good focus item. So yeah, I just wanted to put that little guide out there. No one actually suggested that guide. I just thought it was a decent one for newer players. If anyone in the comments is like a late game player like myself and you have any other tips, make sure you let them know in the comments. So, all right, guys. If you liked the video, consider giving it a like. If you haven't subbed yet, consider subbing or tell me what I can do to earn your sub. And I hope you guys have a great day. All right, bye.